You gotta get into the groove. You gotta get into the
Hey everyone, welcome back for another week of GrooveKart and Groove Asia Leaders Unite session. It's good to be back for another session. I'm really excited about today's session. Actually, it's all about creativity, and so hopefully, if you're not feeling creative at the moment with with your GrooveKart stores, then hopefully this will actually rekindle that spark of creativity and get you motivated. But anyway, look, let me just have a look to see who's in the chats at the moment and just say hello. Tyler, welcome. Thank you again for being here, supporting and just being there and, engaging with the people that we get into these sessions. So today's session is, like I said, I'm really excited about it because it gives you an opportunity to actually see what I do, I guess, when I'm designing a design for a t-shirt. And so that you can get a really sort of a feel for what you could do if you like. You don't necessarily have to follow what I do, but it may be just something that gives you some ideas, and that's what these sessions are all about. Because sometimes e-commerce, as easy as it might sound, you get to actually creating the store, and then all of a sudden you want to try and come up with a design, but you get creator's block, kind of like writer's block. You get just the creator's block, and you're pondering, what can I do? Normally I suggest is go with something that you're passionate about or something that you love. Hey, Dr. Lisa, good to have you here. By the way, if you're joining in live, put a hashtag live, and if you're watching the replay, put a hashtag replay, and also let us know where you are, what time it is, what time of day it is, where you are. And I'm in New Zealand, by the way, if you didn't know that already, but there's a few in here that do know it. But we're like 4:30 in the afternoon on a Thursday afternoon. We're probably the only country in the world that is ahead of everybody else. So like I always say, if you want to know what the future is like, just ask me. I will tell you. But anyway, look, let's carry on. As I mentioned before, you're going to sort of get an idea about how I design stuff or what I do in terms of actually coming up with ideas and to actually put on a t-shirt. It's one of those sort of gridlock things that people really struggle with if they're not too sure what they want to do, especially when they think, okay, yep, I'm going to do print on demand, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to start creating me some t-shirts and things like that. But then they get to the point where they're not too sure what sort of design that they're going to use, or what are people after. For me, one of the certainties, I guess, and something I have a passion about is dogs, and something based around dogs would be good, something that I would love to probably create in terms of product or print on demand. It might be cats for you. It might be cats and dogs. It might be guinea pigs. I don't know. Whatever it might be, there, if you've got a passion about it, then harness that passion and do something about it. And I'm going to show you just kind of how easy it can be. Johan, welcome, kia ora, all the way from Brisbane, Australia. Hope it's good weather over there. And sorry about the Broncos loss the other week, mate. So, but yeah, I'm a Penrith Panthers guy, by the way, if you didn't know that already. Anyway, enough about rugby league. Let's move on to what I want to show you. Okay, this is how I get started in some cases when I'm actually thinking of something to actually design for a t-shirt. I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully you guys will be able to see this. All right, just let me know. Give me a 1 if you can see it. I'm probably thinking you're a Warriors fan anyway, Johan. That's probably what I'm thinking. All right. Okay. Hope if you can see my screen, just put a 1 in the chat, please. I just want to know that you guys can actually see it. And I'll wait for the first one to come up. I'm just going to increase the size of my screen a wee bit so that you guys can actually, if you're a little bit hard of seeing, hopefully you guys can see that. No, you can't see it, not yet. Okay. Why can't you see my screen? I'll tell you why, because I haven't added it. There you go. How's that? See, just as well I actually asked you guys. Otherwise, I would have carried on for about 3 or 5 minutes just talking away, and then someone says, we can't see your screen. Awesome. Okay, you can see my screen. I'm actually in Gemini Advanced. Okay, you can be in the normal one, which is the free one, Gemini, but I'm in Gemini Advanced, so it doesn't make any difference. Because I'm paying a subscription for this, I thought I'd just use it. Now, here's the thing. Although I have a passion for dogs, I know there are some cat lovers out there. If you're a cat lover, just put in there, yes, I'm a cat lover, or put a dog lover. If you're a dog lover, put it in there as well. If you're not either lover of cats or dogs, then don't put anything in. All right, so I'm actually in Gemini Advanced, and I've asked it a few questions about a particular cat. So here's the question that I asked. What are the traits of a tabby cat? Now, you'll get to know where this is all leading to once I get through it. And it's given me, it's all about the pattern, not a breed. Tabby refers to the coat pattern, not a specific breed. Many cat breeds can have tabby markings. All right. The classic patterns is mackerel, classic, spotted, tick. I didn't even know this, right? I just thought a tabby cat was had stripes. I didn't know that it wasn't even a breed. I thought it was a breed. I don't even, so there you go. After all these years, I found out something new. The personality and traits are often observed is that they're friendly and they're outgoing. Many tabby owners describe their cats as playful and extroverted and affectionate. Dr. Lisa, I didn't know that. Okay, Tyra's a dog lover. They're intelligent, often seem curious and quick to learn. Talkative, they may have a propensity, not prosperity, propensity. I don't even know what that word means. If you know, put it in the chat. For meowing, I'm guessing it's probably they meow too much, maybe. And vocalizing their needs and feelings. Independent streak. While affectionate, tabbies can also be content and independent at times. Important notes. Individuality is key. Like any cat, each tabby has a unique personality. These are general trends, not guarantees. Breed still matters. If your tabby is a specific breed, like a Maine Coon tabby, the breed itself will also influence their personality significantly. So anyway, I asked it to create an image of a cute tabby cat showing its intelligence and individuality. I wanted it to be semi-realistic and semi-comic book type style character. Show full body image with no background. All right, so you can see where I'm getting with why I asked the traits of the tabby. I wanted to see if there was I could get some sort of standout I guess characters of the tabby cat, and I'll show you what that's all about soon. But as you can see, it's created some images. I wasn't really fussed on these images. You can see that part of the tail is actually cut out on that one there. So if you kind of want the full body of a cat, it's hard to actually, you're missing part of the tail. But what you can do, if you did like that image, is that you actually just kind of put that through a platform called Photopea and maybe just erased that out and make it a kind of a bit of a circle there, or kind of a semicircle at the end of the tail there. That's not a bad photo. I quite like that one, and I will probably use that at some point. But I carried on, and I wanted to get some more images. I said create some comic book style of images of the tabby cat and make sure they are full body images. So now I was asking for more comic book style. All right. And so it's come up with these. Now that one there I liked in particular. I kind of liked that image, but I kept asking, and I thought, maybe I should actually look for something more 70s. If anybody in here remembers the 70s, I'm sure most of us in here actually remember the 70s. As much as we probably want to deny it, but there you go. I wanted it to dress up in 70s fashion. I wasn't really fussed on these images. Maybe for kids tea or whatever, I would have actually used those. But what I'm really aiming at, I'm aiming at an adult audience, and I'll tell you why very soon. So I got all those images. I like this one in particular. This one was pretty good. That's pretty good too as well. I didn't want the background, but we can get rid of that. Same with that one there, is playing with a butterfly. But this one here, I thought resonated with me. It just sort of spoke out. Just out of interest, what do you think that cat's actually thinking or doing? I'm interested in great music in the 70s. Yeah, there's good music in the 70s. What do you think that cat is doing or actually thinking? Let me see what you think in the comments. And while you're doing that, I'm going to move on to the next step, which was, and I want to see some comments before I show the rest of this, is that I downloaded that image, and then I went into ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT, what is this cat thinking? Okay, I've got no comments in there at the moment, so I'm just going to have to tell you, right? Oh, it's nap time, please let me be. Yeah, pouncing. Yeah, yep, it's pouncing. Well, is it really? But, it depends on which way you look at it, right? It kind of looks like it's stretching in my eyes, but hey, it's got its hind legs sort of lifted up, so it could be pouncing. But anyway, if that cat could share its thoughts, it might be pondering something along the lines of, it's time for a nap. Someone just said that before, yeah. Actually, I think you've been reading what I just said. Or should I go and explore the kitchen for any treats that might have magically appeared? Those eyes give off a bit of a curious and contemplative vibe. All right. What is it doing? That's what I asked next. The cat seems to be in a relaxed but attentive pose, like sitting with its front paw reaching. It's not exactly sitting forward slightly. It might be in the middle of a casual stretch. That's kind of what I thought. Or preparing to stand up, possibly after a restful moment. The way it's positioned suggests that it could be ready to engage with whatever catches its interest next. All right, this is mine. All right, look, hey, welcome, by the way, Nancy, and also welcome to, who else we had, JG in there, and Rocket Growth Strategies and Digital Marketing. All right, so the reason why I did this was I wanted to get some personality from the image, because I'm going to do a design that reaches out to cat people, right? And so I wanted to capture some of its personality. That's why I asked it what are the traits of a tabby cat, and because I asked it also to give me an image back in Gemini here, it gave me this image. So I shot that up to ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT. I could have done it in Gemini, by the way, but I wanted a second opinion, and I just asked it what it was doing. What does it think the cat is doing, so that I could get some ideas around the message I want to put on that shirt, on the t-shirt with this picture on it. All right. So that's why I did that. You can see the amount of work that I actually put into something when I do a design. I don't just do a design. I actually think about it, and I think about the audience that I want to try and reach. Now, for me, I'm trying to reach an audience that are cat lovers. That's pretty much what I'm trying to reach. And who knows? It could be tabby cat owners. I think Nancy just said this is mine. Maybe she's got a tabby cat. Do you have a tabby cat as well, Nancy? I don't have a cat, by the way. I'm a dog guy, but I don't have a cat. I used to. It was a jet black cat, actually. And I used to call it Pookie because it had these like pookie eyes or pokey eyes, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, So do you have a tabby cat, Nancy? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to establish a design that reaches out to a particular type of audience, right? And they could be a tabby owner. In fact, there's a lot of people that have tabby cats. All right. Now, the next thing I've done is that I've actually gone over to Photo P, and I'm going to actually get rid of the background of the image, and I'm going to make a few adjustments. As you can see over here, some of the tail has been cut out. All right, that's not going to look good on a t-shirt. You know, you got a straight line with, you know, the tail's been cut off. So how do you remedy that? And that's just do a little bit of editing, but I'll show you that. So we're going to go over to Photo P, and I'm going to upload that photo. I've already done this exercise, by the way, but I'm just going to do it again for you guys. I'm going to actually drag and drop that image back in here. And now this is Photo P or Photo P, whichever way you want to say it. So that's Photo P, as in the P's in the pod.com, and it's kind of like Adobe, but it's a free version. And for this purposes, it's actually, you know, that's all we need. I'm just going to get rid of the background. So I'm going to go up here, background eraser, and I'm just going to come over to Magic Eraser, get rid of that. There's a little bit over here and over here. Oh, go back. As you can see, so let's just actually make this bigger. All right. Grab the hand thingy. Where's the hand? Let's do something about this tail, shall we? So I'm going to get the eraser. I'm just going to go onto Eraser Tool, and I'm just going to kind of just make an end to the tail here. I'm just going to curve up like that. Get rid of that. All right, so it kind of looks like it's got an end, and there was something I spotted before that I didn't, something that I spotted that I didn't spot before when I was doing this little exercise, and that was that the eyes, there was kind of like, it's got the black line there, but nothing there. So I'm going to put one in there. I'm just going to grab the paintbrush here, or the brush tool. I'm going to go onto color over here, choose black. And I'm just going to put a line in there, and maybe just a smaller one, make my brush a little bit smaller, and just kind of do that. All right, so it's okay. It looks okay. I probably would spend a little bit more time on that, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I think it's okay. All right, now I am going to go to the hand here. I'm going to just drag this up a wee bit, because if you can see on the tip of the ear, some of that's cut off too as well. So let's just tidy that up too. All right, I'm just going to go over here. All right, and so I've just made it look a bit more like the end of an ear. I'm going to go back to paintbrush, and you can see kind of got those black lines there. I'm going to add some black lines and say that it looks like it's, you know, been outlined. Let's go back to the brush. Okay, I think that brush is small enough. I'm just going to go down there, and I'm just going to add the line. I'm doing this with a mouse, by the way, so, you know, so you can see it's not that difficult with the mouse. All right, now we have got kind of like a complete cat. I'm just going to have a look in the comments here, see what's going on. All right, so now, okay, use an AI extender. Yes, you can. Yep, you can use an AI extender. In fact, I have got Photoshop, Rocket Growth. I've got a Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop, and you can actually add on the, you know, the completed cutout bits, but for a lot of people, they may not have that. It will add the missing part of the tail. Maybe if you can if there's a free version for an AI extender rocket growth. If you can just let us know in the comments what that you know, how to get to that AI extender. Is it in ChatGPT 4 or is it somewhere else? Yeah, and I agree, rather than cut it off. So, but you know, if you kind of don't have those resources available, then I'm just kind of showing you how to negate around it. But like I said, I have got Adobe Photoshop, and I can actually do what you just said in there. Nancy, no, you don't have a dog, but when you don't have a cat, but when I see this cat, it told me this is mine, and it jumped on it. Okay, got you. All right, that's what it was saying. This is mine. Okay, well, I had a different take on it, so I'm going to go with mine because I already had planned out what I was going to do. But interesting. That's a good one. I like that, what you just said. All right, so now I've actually completed the cat. In my eyes, that's what I've done. I had to actually put that. That looks better now with that black thing in the eyes. JG, dummy here. What is an extender and the working of it? All right. Okay, so the extender helps actually complete. If you've got a cutoff of an image, and you know, like in the case that the tail was cut off, when you use the AI extender, it will actually complete the tail. So it will you know, just like any of the AI type agents, they'll actually generate or predict how it's supposed to end, and you know what it's supposed to look like, and will add it on, and that's what an AI extender does. It's particularly good in this case where I just showed you, where it's, you know, some of the image has been cut off. I thought you were going to use the extender, but I am glad to learn a quicker workaround. Yeah, look, you know, it doesn't look bad the way I've done it. In fact, you know, if you didn't see this firsthand, you probably wouldn't have known that I had done that. So, you know, to me, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. I kind of like just sort of get in there and just use the tool, get it done, get it sorted, and so that I can get the image up. Anyway, now that I've done that, there's a few things I'm going to do while I'm in here. I'm going to go to crop, and I'm just going to extend this image a bit. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go here, down here. And then I'm just going to click on the tick, and it's going to add more space to the image. All right. And I'm going to add some text. Over here, I'm going to put some text here. We need to go on text. All right. And I'm just going to go, and just for pun, I'm going to go perfect. All right. Now you can't see it. It's down there. It's so small. It's only 24 pixels. I'm going to increase that to about 200. I think it's 200. We'll go 190. No, we'll go 180. All right. No, that I need to highlight everything. 180. Boom. Perfect. Oh, spelled it wrong. Perfect. All right. Okay. I've played on the sort of the cat scenario, and I put made it sound like it was a perfect. Okay. So I put perfect. Now, okay. So I need to change the font. I don't kind of like the style of the font. I don't think it's going to fit well on the design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it up here. And I think what I used from memory was Henny Penny. Anybody heard of Henny Penny font? Okay. You know what? I can't find it. Oh, here. Henny Penny. There we go. Okay. All right. So now I've turned that. I kind of like that font. All right. So, you know, that's still pretty bland. Perfect. Add another arm. Okay. All right, just for you, Dr. Lisa. For what I want to try and do, it might actually not fit properly. But anyway. Oh, and I'm going to put a exclamation mark in there as well. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to warp, and I'm going to warp this, and I'm going to make it a lower arc, lower, or no, maybe that one. Oh, maybe this one. Let's go to that one. Yep, do that one. All right. So that, just okay that. Now I'm going to make that slightly bigger if I can. Go back on text. Highlight everything. And let's go bigger. Let's go 200. Oh, we could even go bigger than that. Let's try bigger than that. Bigger the better. Let's go 250. Perfect. All right. Grab it there, and I'm going to stick it right there. And now I'm going to put some wording up the top here. And I'm just going to put now I could use the same font, but I want to be a little bit different. In fact, I'm going to make this a bit more straight, you know, like not as styled as that one is. So I'm just going to go for something like, and if I can find it in here, let's try that one. All right, okay, cool. And I'm just going to drag that over there, and I'm going to make that a bit bigger again. Let's go back to text, highlight everything, and I'm going to go maybe, well, let's try 300. Let's try 350. All right, I think that's big enough. Okay, and it's going to drag and drop that there. Okay, now you're wondering why I'm doing it there. Oh, there's a reason. It's all about just making it look pretty cool on a shirt. So what I'm going to do, now that I've got it there, I am actually going to go over here, because this is the layer that's on at the moment, and I'm going to bring that behind the cat. So I'm going to go down, drag and drop it down there so that it's behind the cat. And maybe I'll just drag it a bit more over there. Actually, maybe here. Well, actually, let's center it. Okay, I'm going to highlight that again, and I'm going to make that white. White, cool. And I'm going to do the same for the bottom one as well. Let's go with that. Go down here. Let's centralize that. Okay, select text, and then we'll highlight all that, and let's make that white. Cool. All right, so now what we've got is we've kind of got a design there. All right, and I'm going to crop this a little bit more. So just let go and crop. I'm going to get rid of a bit of the top there, and then crop. All right. Any comments so far? I put the extra R in for you, Dr. Lisa, seeing as you were so insistent upon it. All right. No questions? Good. Let's carry on. I'm just going to download this. I'm going to save it, export it as a PNG. And now look at these images. Like, this is an image. It's 1536 by 2127 pixels. It's a very high. That's quite a high resolution image. Now, just out of just sort of like a maybe a little bit of advice. I do my images in Gemini because it actually provides you like JPEG images. When you do them in ChatGPT, they get done in WebP images, which you have to convert over to JPEG or PNG. So there's a multi-step to that, but this one actually does JPEG images. Thank you, Peter. I think it looks awesome. Well, wait till we get it on a shirt. You'll see how awesome it looks. All right, I'm just going to save this. And I'm going to put it in my cat folder. All right. As soon as I find it. This just kind of just gives you an idea of how I do things. Okay. Now I'm just going to close that. All right. Now that we've got that done, let's put it on a shirt, shall we? We'll just stick it on a shirt and see what it comes. Now I've done perfect because it's like it's just finishing having a big stretch and it feels good. It feels great. And it's saying perfect. Now the reason why I'm looking for things like personalities and stuff like that, because often people it can actually also emulate, you know, people's personalities as well. Animals can, you know, and sometimes we have the same, we can have some of the personalities as an animal. And if you're an animal lover or if a cat lover, and, you know, something like this, like a tabby, if you have a tabby, you know, and, you know, you're wearing a shirt that says, perfect, you know, it could send a subliminal message, or, you know, I mean, it'll get people sort of conversation about it, you know, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like an individuality thing. It kind of just explains you as a person, and also maybe even a cat owner. But I'm trying to sort of emulate people's personalities in an animal. That's where I'm going with this, so that people sign up to buying it. All right, that's what I'm trying to do. And I'll show you some other examples that I've done with dogs after this. But anyway, let's get this on a shirt. So I'm going to head over to Printify, and I'm going to add this to a shirt. All right, I'm going to go over to, where is it? Catalog, T-shirts. There's a lot of these. There's a whole range of different shirts, right? Different sort of like quality of shirts, things like that. Often getting one that's most commonly used is really good for your line of products. As you can see here, you can actually target people in different countries. I'm going to go for the US because it gives me more variety of shirts and probably more stock of it too as well. And I think the one that I was actually found that was actually quite, they have a lot of stock of, is this one here. I think the Unisex Ultra Cotton Tee. All right, I think I might use that one there. I'm just going to click on that. I'm not going to worry about all the information and stuff like that. Like, I'm not going to go through all that. I'm just going to go through the design aspects of what I do when I'm creating t-shirts. All right. Now you can get it from different places in the US. There's one with different colors. All right, and they have different types of turnaround days in terms of production time and shipping. So, you know, this one here is 1.2. This has got a higher rating of 9.6. Got less colors in these ones here, but I wouldn't be too stuck on that. Sometimes the more choices you give people, the longer it takes for them to actually make a choice. You want people to buy, right? Okay, you instantly want them to buy. You're not always going to have people's colors, but I always go for colors that help enhance the image, make it stick out more. So I'm just going to go for the top one. This one is the one I'm going to go for. Just because, well, actually, hang on, what have we got here? Are the colors in here that I actually like? What about, no, that's got too many. Okay, I might actually choose this one, but I will just select the different colors I want. Okay, so I'm just going to start design. All right, so come here and you've got a blank shirt. All right, now what we need to do is we need to get the design up in there. So I'm going to go to, if you're doing this for the first time, you want to go to upload an image, and you want to upload it from your device, because that's probably where you've got it stored. And then you want to put it in there. Now I'm just going to rename this image before I send it up. Tip. Cat. And I'm going to open it. All right, so now we've got the image in there. I don't know what's going on in the background. Is it the whiskers? Okay, I didn't really see that. Maybe I'll just use the one that I got before. I actually didn't, I don't, that'll be whiskers, but I'll leave it in there. I'll just leave it in there. So I'm going to stretch this out a bit so that it fits exactly to the frame and make sure it's center. All right, so I'm going to, here's the magic, all right? We're going to select the colors. White's not going to be one of them because we can't see the whiting. So we're going to deselect that one. We're going to go for things like charcoal, black, red, maybe maroon, green, that's white, forest green, I like that, indigo, I'll give that one out, purple, and we'll go navy. All right, I didn't take all the colors, but I kind of grabbed a hell of a lot. But anyway, let's just see what it looks like on a model. So we'll go to preview, and boom, that's what it's going to look like once it's all done. Pretty cool. So at the end of the day, you know what we're trying to reach out. We're trying to reach out to the owners of pets, owners of cats. You know, obviously in this, you know, maybe not even owners. They may not even be owners of cats. But tell me what you guys think. Just put in the comments what you think of it so far. Because I've got something else to show you after that, but we're not going to sort of go through a. Should we optimize images before we upload them? So the images are already optimized. That's why I say go to Gemini, because it already actually creates large size images. Nancy, perfect. But yeah, so that's why Gemini is kind of good to actually use. And, you know, but in this case, that's what I've done here. You can see why I've kind of gone for a semi-cartoon, or comic book, I should say, semi-comic book, realistic look, because I don't want it completely cartoonish and I don't want it completely realistic, because I think it takes away from the effect. All right, so that is my cat one. Perfect. It just finished maybe a nap or stretch, but then in another sense, it could actually just describe the person that's wearing it. I'm so perfect, right? Just a, you know, probably just to make fun of themselves. All right, so that's the kind of thing. DPI was medium. Yeah, can it? Yeah, the DPI was medium, but the look that you actually get there is pretty much what it's going to turn out like. All right, so yeah, so long as it's not low, it's the main thing. I have, but yeah, if you can increase the resolution by putting it through in a image enhancer, then you can increase the resolution. And there are free tools for that as well. I wouldn't put it through ChatGPT or anything like that, because if you ask it to increase the resolution, it might end up giving you a different image completely. But there was one that I was a free tool. There was a free tool in Deposit, not a free tool, but it's in Deposit Photos. And because I paid for that Deposit Photos, you get some free tools, and one of them is an image enhancer, and it increases the image resolution. But for me, that looks pretty good, right? I'll probably actually purchase one to just, you know, make doubly sure. But to me, that the way that it looks on there, often what I've seen when it looks like that on the screen, it looks like that when you get it. But then, hey, you know, who knows? But that's just kind of gives you an idea of what I do when I'm designing. I look sort of like I start doing more digging into it, especially when it comes to animals and people. I want the shirt to not just resonate with animal owners or pet owners. I want also to resonate with their personality, and I'll show you what I've done in that sense here. And I'm just going to increase this a little bit more, I think. Okay. Anyway, let me just save that product. Okay, yeah, so now it's just asking me what's going to be the main product. That one there. Okay, that will get shown. Cool, and I'm going to save that as a draft. I suggest save them as drafts first. Right, so here's some other ones that I've done. Here's one here. So I'm a dog lover. I've got 2 dogs. So this is another one of my ones. All right, so no days off, kind of like, hey, it could be for gym owners, I don't take days off. I go to gym 24, 7 days a week kind of thing. That was another one that I did. I actually added my logo there. That's my branding there. And if you have a look here, this is my logo. Well, you only see some of it, not all of it, but that's Mad Dog Styles. So that's my logo. So I'm trying to brand my clothing as well at the same time. I'm trying to create a brand for what I do. All right, and here's another one. All right, this one here is a pug, and wanted, treat thief. Now, could that mean the pug, or could it mean the person? So at the end of the day, it could be both, right? And this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have a dog's personality resonate with a human's personality, what they're actually like. And so that's the kind of stuff that you can do. This was generated through Gemini as well, the image. Another one here. This is another one like the other one, no days off. I just played around with a different font. I think that looks better, right? Because it stands out, and kind of like, if you look at the dog is actually quite muscly, and that's kind of why I did the no days off. So if it resonates with someone who's a gym goer, and they may have a bull mastiff, because that's a bull mastiff dog. I've got a bull mastiff. Maybe they resonate with that they have a dog like that and they go to the gym. This could be something that they want to buy, right? So you can see where I'm going with this. It's the personalities matching it up with the owner. Another one I did here was it's a little bit more comic bookish, but I kind of think it suited it. That's supposed to be a Labrador. Labradors like to have fun, they're always like, they're really friendly, blah, blah, blah. And that's why I did Let's Party. And, that could also depict the person as well. Who knows? And lastly, actually not lastly, there's a couple of more. Here's another one. Now, I actually looked up the traits of these animals, and Huskies are actually very good escape artists. They know how to get out of properties. And, again, this could, on a funny side, this could depict the person as well, matches the dog's personality, if you like, or traits. And what else we got here? Here's another one. I thought this was quite funny. Leg day. So everybody hates leg days when they go to the gym. I hate leg day, but you have to do it, right? And so what better way to depict leg day than a bulldog with muscly legs? And so I called that one leg day. And this, again, reaches out to gym goers. They don't necessarily have to be dog owners. They might just like the shirt, the design. So that's where I've gone with that one. All right, and look, this one here, I'm going to show you this one here. I think this is quite cool. Again, this can depict the owner. All right, I'll go this one. Short legs, but big attitude. All right, so these are little dash hounds. And I thought that was quite a good one here. I might just fix the font on this one, make it a little bit more different and bigger. but you know, that could actually also mean a person. You know, they might be short, but they've got a big attitude. And then last but not least is probably one of my favorites is this one here. And I think we all know that as Alsatians are normally, you know, commonly used in the military as well as with the police. And what I've done here, I've done an Alsatian with a bulletproof vest on, and I've just seen Dr. Lisa's comment. I almost snorted my drink on league day. Nancy, goofy, good. So this is an Alsatian, and I've put enlisted. And as you can see, the colors have been very specific. It's supposed to reach the American market, the red, white, and blue. And then, of course, you've got the enlisted part down the bottom as the color of like the military. All right, so that's where I've gone with this. This is, and that can resonate with an ex-veteran, you know, from the Marines or something like that. And you know, maybe they have a German Shepherd too as well. So you know, that's kind of what I'm doing. Right, I'm going to stop share because I'm going to ask a few questions here. Let me just remove. All right, so who enjoyed that? Who sort of, did it help you? Sort of like, did it spark any sort of like creativity, things that you could possibly do? You've seen how I've sort of delved more into the personality of the animal as well as the person and the audience that I'm trying to reach. So you know, that kind of sells shirts. If you're just putting a design on for just for the hell of it to get something up on your store, then you're not doing your store any justice. You really need to be thoughtful about what you put up there, so that you know you have a bigger chance of selling stuff. So hopefully this has you know, helped you sort of think about what you could do. You know, you're more than welcome to do it the way that I've done it, but you know, it's up to you. I love all of the background work that you do. Thanks, Dr. Lisa and Nancy K9 Rex. Yeah, that was educational and inspiring. Thank you, Peter. Thanks, Tyra. All right, so that's that's how what I do when I'm actually doing print on demand and I'm doing e-commerce stores. Mad Dog Styles is actually something I want to make into a brand. So by doing what I'm doing there, it makes my product unique, and also, you know, at the same time promoting my brand. Because as you can see that on one of the items there, which I think was this one here. Oh no, that one here maybe. No, there are some of the shirts that you can actually put your brand on or your logo on. Was it this one? I think you all saw it anyway, but maybe that one. Yeah. So you can put your logo on the inside, or you can put it on the outside, on the back of the below the collar, or on the inside. And in this case here, I've put it on the inside. So when you actually go into there, if I was actually going to edit that, you will see here. I'll just get rid of these. Oh, you've actually on the inside. You can actually put stuff on the outside of the, sorry, on the back side of the shirt. You can put it on the left sleeve or the right sleeve or on the neck label. Okay, so that is what the neck label looks like. It's not making it any bigger. But you can just put your logo in there, your brand, and then obviously you'll have the rest of the information there. So this is what makes it, that look like it was tagless. Yeah, it is tagless. It's not a tag, it's kind of like printed on. Yeah. And you know, if you want to brand your shirts, then this is a great way of doing it. And start, you know, creating people who want to buy your shirts. And if they're good enough, people will buy them. And if you put enough thought into it, because really it's not about just the pets, it's the pet owners. That the owners will buy the shirt, right? Because it resonates with them. It may resonate with their personality, it may resonate with the type of personality that their dog has. Whatever it is, it may resonate. And you don't have to actually have pet owners for people to be pet lovers, right? Same with there's people out there who don't have kids, but they love kids. Same sort of scenario. So, you're not just looking at the pet owner audience as well. You're looking at the non-pet owners. All right, let's carry on. We're going to move on now. We've finished for today. I just want to go through a couple of things that we've got coming up, and just to let you guys know, our calendar, our resource page is not resources at the moment. We've had to actually re-establish the page, and we can't use the same URL or slug that we had for the last one. So it's grooveasia.cm/resource. All right, and this is where you're going to find our calendar and everything else. But let's just have a look at our calendar, and let's just go through what's up, say in the next few weeks. So we're on Thursday here. There's my session. Then we start off with just the ones that are going to be like the regulars each week. We have our Power Hour, which is actually hosted by Tyra, who's actually in the chat there. And she hosts that twice a week. And I normally join in. And for people who are maybe looking to need a bit of help with some of the projects that they're working on, then we can go into breakout room, because the Power Hour is basically about having that silence so that you can work on your projects, and you're just part of a group really that that are all there to be supportive of each other. But there are people that come into the group that may need some help with something that they're having a challenge with, and if you and normally when I'm there, will go away into a breakaway room, and then we can cover some of that stuff for about half an hour. All right. So if you want to catch me there to do that, or if you just want to get on there and you want to force yourself to stick to working on your project during that period, then that's a great place to go to. Twice a week, Wednesday and Fridays, which is GMT plus 8 time, not Eastern time. So I think it would be on a Tuesday and a Thursday in Eastern time. And those are actually 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. GMT plus 8, which would probably be around about 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time on a Tuesday evening. All right. Okay, so those are those two every week, and then we also have our GRUs. There's mine, which is the GrooveKart. There's also Karen. She has hers on a Friday GMT, and she talks about a lot of different things in terms of business, or mentally preparing yourself for what you need to do in your projects, stuff like that. A whole range of things, whereas I just cover things like GrooveKart. And but coming up this weekend, we actually have Connect, Communicate, and Conquer with JJ. Now, this one here is a JJ, I've mentioned before, he is a very, very skilled communicator, and he has done so many different, things in his life, in terms of, like, he's been a radio jockey, a very successful one, by the way, for the breakfast show on radio in Malaysia. He was so good at it. He's still popular today. It was 15 years ago. And I remember when I was over in Malaysia the last time, and we were just walking around, and people recognized him. They noticed him. They're coming up, getting selfies taken with him and stuff like that. He definitely knows his stuff when it comes to communication and how to be an effective communicator. And so jump on this one, because if you feel that's what you need to to lift your game when it comes to communication. This is definitely something you need to jump on. All right, there's the link there, and it goes to this page here. All right, and all you got to do is just register. This is loading, but anyway, that's the page. All right, so what's next? Next week, it's already started this week, but next week we're going to have 2 group coaching coach calls. So normally we have the one with Ching Yu on a Tuesday GMT time or KL time, but Nick Lacani from the UK has started another one this week. So his last one was, I think it was earlier today for me, but he started that, and I'm not sure. I haven't caught up with him how it all went, but we've got 2 group coaching, and it's probably more friendly towards the US in terms of time. So jump on those if you want to. What's time? I've got Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern time that's for your one, I think. Yeah. So jump on those. Jump on that if you find his time slots works better for you. So I would say, because that's GMT time, which is 10 p.m., it'll be 10 a.m. for ET time. What else we got? Am I still on the right one? Yeah, April. Yep, April. We have our GA lives, our Groove lives with our Groove AI lives. I do them once every second week, and Nick does the other weeks. And they're generally about anything new in AI, or just maybe white label the Groove.ai white label, things like that. So we discuss all those. We talk about them. If you've got questions, then we can answer them. This is the beauty about these lives, because if you want to ask questions, then you can ask us questions, right? So those are the Groove lives, and then we're coming into a busy week. Busy week kind of like starts at the end of next week. Make your first dollar online. That is with Simon Leong, and when you get to the page, you can actually secure your spot, all right, there, and jump on that. More or less telling you how you can make your first your first income online, basically. And then we move into the following week and master resilience in the face of trauma. I think, okay, there's still some details to come on that one, but keep an eye out. But the whole thing is, go to grooveasia.cm/resource, not resources, resource, and that'll take you to this page here. Check on our calendar, what's coming up, and then you can actually click on them and find out what these are about. One in particular I want to talk about is this one here, which is the breakthrough, the mastermind retreat breakthrough. Now this one here, I wonder if I actually can bring up the other email, let me do that one. I think that's it. No, it's not it. Oh, gosh, I don't even know what it is. Is it BTR? No, I have to find out what the page is, but I actually created the page, by the way, but it's actually it's actually about our breakthrough, a mastermind retreat that's coming up in November. It's in Japan, and it'll be from around about, I think it's the 17th of November to the 23rd of November from memory. And I've done 2 of them last year in Malaysia, one in Langkawi, one in Kuala Lumpur, and fantastic, life-changing, even career-changing for me. All right, so if you want to lift your game, if you want to 10 times your business income, then think about it. And this is where you can actually come to this one here. You can jump on our webinar, get more information about it, more information about the breakthroughs, what it entails. You can ask questions. It's for me, like I said before, it has been life-changing in many different ways. But the other thing is that you get to meet the people that you've been, you've been sort of your colleagues that you've been working with for the last few years, or if you're in the community, people that you've been seeing on these GLUs, like myself and Karen, and then you know with Tyler, the Power Hours, you get to meet us as well, and we can give you, tell you about what experiences we've had and all that sort of thing. But for me, that was actually life changing, because really meeting people in person, we became a really close knit family, and we still keep in communication to this day, right? And so at the end of the day, it's connecting with people. And you know what? We can always connect with people over Zoom or whatever. It's not quite the same meeting them in real life, right? I'm sure you would agree with that. I missed last night's Launchpad orientation session because of the broken links. Yeah, there were some broken links. Yeah. Let me just go to that one there. So did you get the registration? Anyway, that's the registration page, but I don't know why it didn't actually go to, you didn't get the a reminder or anything, but we're looking into that. There was some hiccups with the website a couple of days ago, and I spent pretty much some time on it to get it up and running. We had to sort of create a new page, but we've got that all done now, and so there will be some stuff that maybe there may be some links that are not quite reconnected yet, but we are working on those. If you can appreciate that, when a platform as big as ours, when you have to go through everything, it can actually take up a lot of time. The email had a good link. Okay, so there you go. So just on that one, Johan, the email had a good link. So if you didn't get the email, then you might have not got the good link. But if you did get the email, but the link didn't work, then I don't know what happened. Yes, an amazing group of people. Okay. Right, guys, look, I'm going to leave it there because I think I've said enough. We are now at, well, actually, we're not too bad. We're just touched over the hour. And I want to thank you guys for being here. Hopefully, you've seen something that inspires you to, get cracking and start doing some designing. Just remember, I'm using tools like Gemini. You can get the free version. Just go to gemini.google.com, ChatGPT. But I use Gemini for the images. I use ChatGPT for more information, and I use Photopea to actually create the design. And then, of course, I've used Printify to actually create the T-shirt. All right, so that's all pretty much what that's all you need. I've done that, like I've done this quite a few times, and you get quicker and quicker at it. But the most important thing, if you're really going to take some time, put some time and effort into this, make sure you come up with a good brand and start branding your stuff. Create a brand, create a buzz around your brand. That's what you need to do. And that sort of also sets you aside from the rest of the people who have e-commerce sites out there, okay? All right, thank you for, once again, thank you for coming, and we will see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.
You gotta get into the groove.